Hi, guys. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us again on another super exciting episode of Unusual Eunice Certitude. And my name still remains Eunice Mambo. It's a beautiful Saturday today to start with. I don't know, wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying the summer because I myself, I am having a great time. Well, today, as you already know, it's Unusual Eunice Certitude. It's not that there is nothing stereotype or something lined out every time I go out there and I bring you different things all the time. So you already know it's unusual unit. So well, just stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. Let's enjoy today's episode. First off, I know that a whole lot of people have fears as to investment. If I sit down here and start telling you stories I've heard about Nigerians in diaspora trying to invest or trying to be better, and then how they were either swindled or played with, or some even have stories you wouldn't even believe, like their life was on the line at the end of the day. So haven't heard all the stories, and I know fully well that a lot of Nigerians in diaspora, they love to invest in Nigeria. It's the problem is they don't know the reliable source or who to deal with. Today, I put the orders on myself to bring an amazing real estate broker. He's a realtor. He's going to shed more light. And trust me, people, when I mean he is reliable. And the fears of, oh, I have to send the money to my brother, and then your brother at the end of the day keeps sending you fake pictures, and at the end of the day nothing like that exists. Oh, I have to send it to my wife. Oh, I have to send it to. We have heard all the stories. Please, guys, join me in welcoming Mr. Samuel B. Oni. He's the CEO of Convvy Estates Nigeria Limited.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, Mr. Samuel, how are you?
I'm all right. Very well. Thanks, Eunice, and thanks for having me.
Well, I'm excited to have you today in the studio. First off,
Oh,
like the Yoruba people would say, they would say "Enonikon Latin Bokon." So please, I would love for you to introduce yourself.
okay. Very well. I am Samuel Babajide Oni, born in Nigeria. So I'm dual Canadian, Nigerian
Mm,
Canadian, how you may
mm,
have it.
mm,
And yeah, I happen to be the CEO of Convvy Estates Nigeria Limited, which
mm,
is an incorporated real estate firm in
mm.
Nigeria. We're a full service real estate company. And when I say full service real estate company, I mean full service in every sense. That is, we're not doing business as usual as most people would have it as real estate. Technically, the way real estate is being run in Nigeria, we're not doing business as usual. So to speak.
Okay, so well, you came in with a different trend. You're not doing business as usual. You're doing it differently, and well, hopefully better. Well, uh, uh, that was. I mean, thank you for properly letting us know you, for letting us invade your privacy a little bit. But we're still going to invade your privacy more. So, first off, I would love to know now, your company, your firm. Who do you really cater to? Is it everybody? Is it people in diaspora that are having fears as to not knowing how to invest them? Who do you really cater to?
Actually, we cater to everyone looking to have shelter over their head, which you must agree with me. Shelter is something that's paramount for existence as humans. It's
Mm,
one of our basic needs. And most importantly, for people in the diaspora, that is, people who have gone out of in search of greener pastures, as we may have it,
mm,
and eventually, it's said in the Yoruba language that ilela bosimyoko, that is, no
mm,
matter how far you journey in life, there's still always a place to come back home. And a lot of times, we always have this experience, we have these issues whereby people in the diaspora, where there are situations, it's more often than it should be that we have it that they're so scared of investing back home or coming home because reliability, having trust, and all of that, it's a really big issue. And this, amongst many other things, what actually inspired us as a company, as Convvy Estates Nigeria Limited, to come into existence, to like come and bridge all of this gap, and to actually be a solution provider to all of these barriers to people investing into real estate in Nigeria.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like, so it's being a realtor. Is that something you've always had passion for, or you just got up along the way and thought, you know what, I'm tired of people swindling my brothers and sisters in diaspora. I got to get up and do this.
Well, that's a very interesting one, because well, I've been in the venture for quite a while. I do practice in different places. I do have a business interest in South Africa, and a little bit in like in Botswana, which is closer to in the Southern African hemisphere as well. And being living in Canada, and experiencing, knowing what it means, real estate means in Canada, and then seeing what's happening back home in Nigeria. All of this together actually inspired and actually made me become so passionate about making a difference, and trying to set a pace for even other real estate firms to emulate, because we are very interesting people as Nigerians, if you must agree with me. That is, we are very diverse
Hmm.
in all means and form,
Yeah.
and yet at the same time we are people who actually see value, and we know something that's valuable when we see it, and we appreciate value
Hmm.
as a person. However, bringing that value into existence, it's we really don't have the most enabling environment. We really don't have the most enabling resources and all of that. However, when we see it, it's just like a typical Nigeria, where you see Nigeria made, everybody talks it down. They would rather, a typical Nigerian would want to go for imported. That imported is better. It's always, we are people, because of course, truly imported the quality, because wherever it's coming from, there's quality control, and it meets a certain standard, which makes it attractive to us as Nigerians. And knowing the people and seeing problems that we do have, especially when it comes to real estate investments, it's something that has actually ruined people, that has actually killed people, because and it has actually broken family, and the list is endless of what could go wrong, or what is experiences that have happened in placing our investments wrongly. Doesn't matter even where. It doesn't have to be Nigeria. Wherever, when you place a wrong investment, this is something that the effect, it's can be numbered. And in our own little way of like trying to stop this from happening, to create a better solution, to actually have people not to go through this, is why we are here.
Hmm. That sounds very selfless. I admire that about you. That's selfless. Okay, so well, first off, lately, um, I've been saying, okay, so before now, the shift was on real estate. Everybody wanted a piece of the action because I would say that's the only true investment that truly um, um, adds value over time. But
Absolutely.
I also see now, I mean, quite recently, I see people rather invest in gold and invest in, well, I think gold right now is in market. Now, I want you to like explain to us what are the advantages or advantage of real estate? What's the advantage of owning your house? What's the advantage of buying your house? What as to other things like the way you know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of
Absolutely.
people are
Absolutely.
invested in gold right now, but and I'm sure most of them are listening right now. So I want you to share with us, just in, I mean, whichever way you can, what
Okay.
the benefit is. Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. First and foremost, I must tell you, real estate investment, that is investing in lands and properties, it's something that never loses value anywhere in the world. It is the most secured form of investment, and you can quote me anywhere. Yes, gold is good. You have so many. You have people doing forex. You have lately. You have the Bitcoin. You have all of that. But you and I must agree that all of these are solely reliant on like existence of some other things. If you invest into forex, it's about foreign exchange. If you buy shares in a company could fail at any point in time. However, land is an immovable asset whereby it always appreciates over time. And the most interesting part about it is in Nigeria, it even gets even more lucrative and it even gets more better because the opportunities are numerous. That is, I can't even count at it. And asides that, the what comes with real estate in Nigeria is also that peace of mind of owning your own property, of having a place to stay. As you must agree with me, we are as culturally we are family people. We are very personable people in such a way, and when there's also this saying that 100 kids can grow for 100 years, and we always have people with differences and all of that. You would imagine someone who's in the diaspora now having to say, okay, coming home for a little visit, to be like, okay, now having to put up in hotels and all of that. It comes at a cost, and this cost are something that could actually be put into other use. That is, could be put into more constructive uses when you have your own place and peace of mind and all of that. And aside that, even the lucrative part of it is like, we know as a society, the when you talk about things of like, oh, tax implications and all of that, when you do business back home, it's home. You know what I mean? So it's something that if you can have it, if you can have it right, that's where a lot of people don't get it wrong. Is it's when you have it right, it can actually be an investment that functions as a form of residual income regardless of wherever you are. And over time, it's the rate at which property real estate appreciates in Nigeria, because I must say we're just coming of age in Nigeria. When I say coming of age, the idea of like, oh, everybody now, for example, I'll use Lagos as an instance, the idea of everybody now seeking to live on the island. Why is that? The reason of that is because now people are appreciating having a world-class infrastructure in place. That is, having a place that has electricity, having a place that has good road networks, having a place that you have water supply. All of these things never used to. It's something new here. So with that being new, with that advent, it actually creates that avenue, that opportunity that it is actually the rate of growth is actually exponential, because it's like you can imagine the population we have in Nigeria, and obviously accommodation is underserved in the country. That is, there are over like probably 90 million people out of like 200 and something million people that are actually seeking shelter. So when you see, and there's powers in numbers. So when you see that, when you now talk about affordable housing, when you talk as about investment in real estate, you can never have it wrong. You can never just have it wrong. And when you put the numbers together, they're in such a way that there's no way anyone in their right minds would say no to that. Hence, the reason why you have even the foreign investors coming into the country to put things down. When you go to the island part of Lagos, which is in the west of Nigeria, as you may have it, the numbers of foreign investors we do have there that are into development, that are bringing their money to invest in the country, it's outrageous. So if people outside can tap into this and recognize this, Why don't we, who are like the actual sons and daughters of the soil, why can't we just tap into it and actually get it right? And to do this, a lot of we all have our differences. That is, we all can be developers, we all can be builders, we all can be mechanical and electrical persons. But yet, that is why we as a company, as Convvy Estates, that is why we are here to stay and to actually bring in a convenience, to extend this convenience in real estate to everyone. And that is actually where the name came from, like Convvy Estates. Convy is from the word convenience. So we're trying to see, okay, how can we conveniently make things better? How can we conveniently make you a real estate investor? How can we conveniently make you a homeowner in Nigeria?
Mm.
And all of this factored in is actually what brings about us.
Wow. After carefully listening to you right now, I feel like, going to grab a loan or something and getting the land from you. Okay,
After
I
you
want to
should.
know, so um, is do you work with a payment plan, or is supposed to be, for example, if I want to, I get something I like from you, do you do I pay like installmentally for a period of time, or I have to pay in full?
Okay, absolutely. That's an interesting question. And like I rightly said, we're a company of convenience. And when we talk about convenience, it's not just catered towards a certain group of persons or people. We have to look at everyone at large. Hence, we have our outright payment plans. We do have our instrumental payment plans, which works almost like a mortgage system as you have it in Canada. So it's something that you could commit to on a monthly basis, or like term duration, and say okay, and then it will be agreed upon the, like, we have it as a milestone payment plan. That's the word. We have it. So you set your milestones of like, okay, in 12 months you're paying this off. So okay, you'd be like, okay, January, at March, at wherever, you sit down with one of our representatives, or over the phone or via email and all of that, and they work it out for you. And it's in a way that it's convenient for you and for us as a company. So, and what there are so many features that we kind of like integrate into our real estate as a company. It's just beyond, buying or land or buying a building from us. We There's this popular saying over here when it comes to like Africa or Nigeria at large. There's always like, you might even have the best things, but like Nigeria lacks maintenance culture. So, and you and I must agree, even in Canada as a country, you would see
Yeah,
that why it is what it is, why it is something that we all appreciate and the whole world appreciates. It's because of the maintenance culture. You see, when it's
yeah,
summer, you see the constructions going on, renovations going on in preparation for winter. And winter rounding up, there's the next preparation for summer and all of that. So all of this in place. So right now, we're busy. We've created our niche into development of perimeter fenced estates. So in that way, we're able to have control, able to maintain, create some form of security to residents and
mm,
subscribers to any of our properties. So we're not that company that just goes boom into some piece of land and just sells just for the money part of it. No, our values actually comes first to us. So, and that value, we try to create it in everything we do. And the quality, customer service, beyond even just getting you to just buy, but afterwards your property. That is, when you're having an investment property, it's just like someone who resides in Canada now, comes home maybe twice, three times a year. You don't want to have your investment just locked down. For example, you're investing, buying a property worth of like 60 million naira, just sitting down there, only for you to come in twice a year or something. We have all the structures in place that we can actually help you as a company to even monetize it in such a way that your investment even pays off itself. That is, we could develop buildings for you, structures, prototypes for you, whereby you could have your own permanent residence in the penthouse and the whole house is being sublet, or even the whole house when you're away. We have management facilities in place to like kind of like manage your property to generate some income as either Airbnb, short let, or commitment, depending on, it's just like when you go to a broker, an investment broker, it depends on individuals, tolerance, risk tolerance, and all of that. So we actually assess this on individual by individual basis, and then we provide tailored offerings to our subscribers. And these are just very little amongst all that we do as a company. And one key feature also within our estate are a lot of features that, because we cannot develop an estate that is just not like, oh, a Nigerian estate, so to speak, but we're trying to develop estates that are like world class. That is an estate you could be in and not even relate to like you're in Nigeria. Like you just have a feeling like you literally forget that, oh, you're in Nigeria. So, and usually the idea here is things like that, they're regarded as luxury and they come at a cost. So, but we as a company, we figure that, having the basic needs, having roads, having electricity guaranteed, having security, having like all of these features, having an estate with functioning recreational facilities, it doesn't have to be something that is just for the elite. That is something that must come at a deep pocket price. So it's, in a sense, it's much like an affordable luxury. So that's one of the things that make us stand out, and as a company that we kind of like stick to. And also, it's numerous. When it comes, also one other feature of our estates is almost like we take titling of, that is, the land titles very importantly. Hence, we don't even comment into an estate sale without having perfected the documentation. So for any subscriber with us or that comes to us, they can be rest assured that all of the worries when it comes to like, oh, title document, you have a lot of situations. Someone who has worked hard, working probably 12 jobs or 2 jobs, 12 hours, now putting their hard-earned cash to invest back home, only to come back after building. You see, I've seen situations whereby someone builds only to come and see that, oh, the property, someone comes out of nowhere that, oh, it's a government acquisition. The land is not free from encumbrances, so you have to move your property. Or someone comes saying, "Oh, I have the C of O of the property." So all of this experience, actually, we put it into consideration as a company, whereby we take care of all of this. That all our estates, we actually perfect the title. We take that on. We don't commit it to the subscriber to be like, "Oh, we're just selling you land. Go and fix your documentation." No, we as a company, we take care of all of this. And when you deal with us, when you transact with us, it's also not one of those companies that you're transacting and you were leaving you in the blind that, oh, wait, in the next month we're gonna have your allocation to you or something like that. No, we actually implemented something that, aside from the paperwork, we also do our layouts. For example, we do have our Convvy Estate in process right now, and it's open for sale. And currently, what we have there is, when you come and you want to be a subscriber to Convvy Estate, there's already a master layout of it, whereby everything has been apportioned out in lots, just like you would have it in Canada. Your stand, like your lot size and stand and all of that. So we have that in place, whereby, okay, you subscribe, is this lot, and this lot is available. This is it. So it's instant allocation. So, and also when it comes to like infrastructures, we actually have things that are world class in place there. There is the typical Nigerian community would have every building, every house owner building their own soakaways and all of that. So we have like a centralized system whereby we have like the ingester system on the Convvy Estate site. That is what that does. It processes all like the sewer, all the waste products, and refines it into water that actually waters the green area. So we have this in place. And this is something that when you talk about something like this in Nigeria, or like everyone is like, oh wow, not a lot of company does that. And here, that's why we are here to make things different. Our the drainage system, it's not like, you see, when you go to areas of like the Lekki, the island, you even see people building mighty, gigantic, multi-million dollar homes. And then how do they get there? When it rains, everywhere is flooded. There's no drainage system, there's none
I
of
know,
all of that.
I know.
So for us as a company like the Convvy Estate, you can actually view some of these. We have some contents coming up on our website and on our social media handles and all of that. You'll see what we're implementing and what we have there. That first and foremost, all the drainage systems are all established. That is, all these things we've seen as faults, all the shortcomings of all other companies, are what we've implemented and put together as a company to make something that's exquisite. That is, someone who's coming from Canada, from North America, from wherever in the world, coming home can actually have a peace of mind that, and actually feel at home and not feel like, oh, I'm in Nigeria, I just want to get out of it. You'd actually come home and it's a home you'll be that wants to make you actually be in Nigeria. And we have on all our estates as well, we have our management facilities on site, which is something that's not very common here. So that, in essence, is like to serve as a purpose whereby to avoid situations whereby each and everyone just does their own thing. And people don't often follow through regulations. But when they have management facilities on site and all of that, all of this type of things change. And we kind of like have a serene environment whereby everyone can live peacefully amongst each other. So this, amongst many other things, are what we do or what we implement in as a company, as Convvy Estates.
Wow. I'll say I'm blown away. It's just like, for example, how I see it in my head looks like you're an angel from heaven. You're coming to earth, and you bring as much as heaven with you. My point being, you're Nigerian Canadian, but you're back to Nigeria, bringing as much of Canadian infrastructure and style into the country. That sounds very, very amazing. That's like we're propelling forward. So what I have been able to deduce so far would be all I need to do is get the money across for for okay, for example, if I don't come to Nigeria often, maybe I come once in 2 years, I come once in 3 years, and I know that my property is staying with you. I know that you go tenant in there. I know that
Absolutely.
you're maintaining the property, and I also know that you're remitting my funds into whatever account we have an agreement on. So you're saying
Absolutely.
it's also now like it's a good investment. It's like another payout for you. I mean, you already got the
Absolutely.
place and it's there, and it's not a case. I see people, they come back home once a year. When they come, all they do, they spend a lot of money renovating. Because we all know if you don't live in a house for a long time, you have to,
True.
So now that it's like you're giving us gold on a platter of
Wow.
gold. I don't know how
This
to
is
say it.
better than
Giving us
gold,
gold on a
actually.
platter of gold. All we need to do is just get the money across and get the property. And when it comes to renting and all that, you guys are solidly reliable. They're saying, don't worry, we got you covered and your money is safe with us. I want to believe
Absolutely.
that's all you said in one word. And I would like to
Absolutely.
ask, is your company right now seeking for investors willing to invest in the company? Because it sounds like a very huge project. So are you guys looking
Wow.
at maybe if people are interested in investing in the company?
Absolutely, we are open to investments, partnerships, and all of that. Like we are duly registered company both here, home and abroad. And as it may, the real estate industry here, it's quite massive.
Yes,
You can't always have enough. Like, there's shortage of houses, there's people looking to shelters, there's needs. Even the governments are in need of like affordable housing and all of that. And when you look at this is very huge just for one person to take on. So we are obviously open to like investors with investments interest into the real estate in Nigeria. Absolutely, we are.
So is there a website? What's your website? How can they find it? How can they find if they want to invest?
Okay, awesome. Our website does contain all our contact details, which is www.convestates.com. So Convy like convenience, CONVY estates with a estates.com. And on there, we're also on social media on Instagram and Facebook. And well, right now, unfortunately, we are not on Twitter because of the regulations back here. So
Mm.
uh, we're on IG and Facebook just with the name Convy Estates as well. So Convy Estates, it's just one and only, right? So it's that's we have the website, and through that you see all our contact details, our phones, and also all our numbers. Our contact numbers are also on WhatsApp, just to for easier means of contact for subscribers in the diaspora to reach us, and we are reachable round the clock, regardless. So that's why we have all our lines open on WhatsApp, calls, text, and everything possible. Yeah.
Well, we've all heard it from the CEO of Convvy Estates. Listen, people, listen, listen. Um, there are times when you have the opportunity, but maybe you don't have the results, or you have the results, you don't have the opportunity. At this point, I think we should all embrace this because I know a lot of people that did regret the step they took way before now by trusting a family member or trusting a friend or even trusting the spouse. Even some people had to pay with their life, sent to their
Absolutely.
untimely grave or untimely death. All I'm saying is now you don't need nobody fooling you. Now we have a reliable, tested, and trusted name, Convy Estates Limited in Nigeria, saying, listen, all you have to do, bring the money. There is a payment plan. We're going to help you make this possible. And because we know you do not live here, we're going to make sure your maintenance, your tenants, whatever it is, it's on us. How amazing. What else do we want? I would love us to go on the website and check it out. It's time for us to start doing things. Don't let whatever anybody's experience or excuse stop you from doing the right thing. Because I know a lot of you out there really want to invest, and well, for some of you that think you'd rather invest, you know what? I'm not for this or the other. Someone Bitcoin, someone gold, and someone. But I would always say nothing like having a landed property, a house, a land. uh, Come on, it always appreciates. I mean,
Absolutely. You just can't get it wrong. You just can't get it
yeah,
wrong.
I mean,
And
for cryptocurrency, we know it fluctuates. I'm not saying do not do it. For gold, we know it fluctuates, but for landed asset, it always
land doesn't
appreciates.
move.
So
It
I think
remains.
we should tap into this very amazing project. And it's not really for those that want to buy property. If you think you're looking for what to invest in, what other way? I mean, what other thing can you invest in? And then you're pretty much sure that you can go wrong. Invest
Absolutely.
in Convy Real Estate Nigeria today, and let's make it bigger, better, and Nigerian. I like it when it's made in Nigeria. I am Nigerian. I like anything. When you were saying about made in Nigeria initially, well, we're all skeptical as to some Nigerians do things in a way that I don't even know what to say. I mean, I've seen where developers built a house and it just went just sunk in like 2 months.
Absolutely.
So
And also that's a feature within our development. We have this quality control in
mhm,
place on site. So
mhm,
things like building blocks and all of that, we do all have our equipment and our staffs that
mhm,
actually fabricate it on site. So
mm,
it's not one of those estates that, oh, you're just going to buy some blocks from so and so. And at the same time, we kind of like incentivize it in the sense that even buying from us,
mm,
it's way cheaper than buying from outside. Yeah, because we're mastering the power of dealing in bulk. So it's
mm.
different from someone who's just selling building materials to you as a form of business just to make money. So for we, it's more about the value as a company once again. So yeah, that just popped up and I said I should chip that in.
I mean, that why would you not want to do business with Convy Real Estate?
I should
Mr.
be asking
Cameron
that.
here and he's told us everything we need to know as to whether you want to invest your money. You're so welcome to come in and invest in money. And I tell you, I would say a rich man's wealth is in his city. We want
Hmm.
Nigerians, we should also extend our wealth to our city. It's yours, it's your house, it's your property. Nobody's going to take it
Absolutely.
away from you. And
No,
even if your kids, like some people have fears, they say, oh, my kids are never going to go to Nigeria, my kids are Canadian, or my
oh,
kids are
they don't
American.
have
Well,
to.
it's still a stream of income for them, even if they don't want to go, and the money
Absolutely.
still keeps coming. And if eventually
Absolutely.
they still want to sell, look at that. The money has been coming for the longest time, and they can still
Uh,
sell way more than what they bought it for.
way
How
more, way
can
more.
you
And
go wrong with the real estate people? How
an,
can you go? It's a steal. It's
an
a
interesting
steal.
part is the rate at which it appreciates. Just to throw in some numbers, right?
Mhm.
When we did start out the pre-launch sale of our project,
Mm,
of a lot, just as at December 2020,
mhm,
it started out at about 3 million naira.
mm.
And as we speak right now, as at August, it's now at 10 million naira.
So you
Uh,
hold on. Now it's in the space of 8 months.
yeah, less than 8 months.
In the space of 8 months, something that was 3 million became 10. Yo, people,
And this
let's do
is
it. Let's do
absolutely,
it.
so it's, you just can't get it wrong, because when you look at it, like even like we will relate it to our normal lives. When you look at, oh, when you talk about, oh, the rich and famous in the world, there is no rich and famous who doesn't have a real estate investment in their portfolio. So this is when you know this and when you think it through, you just don't have no choice than to actually get into real estate. But when you do get into it the right way and with the right people,
Mm,
so that's actually that actually matters a lot. So it's just something that, it's there's this saying that uh, when it's too good to be true in real
mhm.
estate, it is actually true, because this happens.
In
Like,
real estate, it's always too good to be. It's
absolutely,
always
absolutely.
too good to be true. Mm, mm,
Yeah, so it is. And for the ones in the diaspora that are opportune to be in Lagos and Nigeria, we do have our site inspections all going. Our offices are always available, even for people in diaspora probably that have friends or something to check us out and all that. We are located at a very a landmark that is accessible to everyone, which is the Lagos Airport Hotel. That's where our offices are in Lagos.
mm.
And we do have provisions for site tours. And then that would enable them to be able to have more details, to have more feelings about what we've talked about.
Okay, so if, uh, for example, I'm a private person, I don't want nobody knowing my business. So would it be that you give me a virtual tour?
Absolutely. We do have a provision right now. We do have our Convy app, which is at the development stage, soon to be launched. So, what this does, just technical, this is a pre-launch info session now. So, what this does, it provides you a virtual tour, just like you would have in Canada now, if you want, especially with the advent of COVID and all of that.
Yeah.
So, you literally have a feel of the property, if you're buying a property, if you're buying a land and we're developing for you and all of that as well, because we do build some to carcass level, and which is a skeletal building,
Yeah.
and depending on taste, because you might have someone who says, oh, I want my finishing with Italian tiles, I want my finishing with Chinese tiles. We're able to accommodate all of this. And what would happen with your app is you could literally log in and you have constant updates with proofs and all that. And should it need be, you need a live video coverage of what's going on and all that, you just pick up a scheduled time from your app, and one of our agents will be available to actually give you a tour on your property and all of that. So that's also something. Like I said, it's all about convenience, making it as convenient as possible. So that is to say, you don't need to send money to your family or your religious leader or someone that will just, and then, you have stories that hurt to tell. So we're trying to break all of this and make it easier and accessible to every and anyone.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so now that we know that a lot of people, for example, if I go online, I go for rating. I want to buy a piece of cake. I want to go for like ratings. Like, okay, what are your ratings like right now?
Well, the ratings right now amongst people right now, it's something that is phenomenal, because it's like everyone is thinking through that, oh wow, you're really doing this, and we actually are. So it's something that is highly rated, and it's more like a pace setter. So, and we're setting the pace. And like I remember saying during our launch event, I did say, well, personally, because I have my personal convictions, which actually has a toll on the directions of business as well. For me, I view it as, if Convvy Estates can do this, have a development, a proper development in a certain area, and we have another company, another real estate company coming to emulate that. And then we have emulations of that replicated in various places. Over time, we're going to get it right. Over time, it's going to be a standard. Over time, the whole environment, the whole community is going to change. And then we as a people are actually going to be there. So it's not just going to be like, oh, for you to experience proper infrastructure, you have to be out of the country. You can actually be in the country or come to the country and actually still have a feeling that you would feel anywhere else in the world. So this is the kind of stand that we have, and this is
now that you guys are okay. So people will be like, "Nah, this can't be a third world country. This should be a first world country." I mean, look at the infrastructure. I've been rooting for that for the longest time. Like, why can't we just live better and have better infrastructures? But it looks like the government don't care, and I'm proud of you. That being a Nigerian citizen, you said to you know what, I could bring as much as my heaven back to my heaven here. Let's do this. And you've already started. All I would say is the sky is your starting point. I mean, and I would say to Nigerian Canadians or Nigerians in America or Nigerians in Europe, listen, there's no better time for us to do this. We already have a platform. We have a reliable platform to do this. Let's get across to Convvy Estates Nigeria, and let's set the ball rolling. Mr. Samuel, thank you so much for coming here today. I appreciate your presence and coming to shed more light on why real estate it's never a bad idea. It's always
absolutely, it's always a win-win. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And thanks for coming. And I want to say every now and then we'll keep, reminding the people about Convvy Real Estate. It's time for us to put our money where our money should be. All right, absolutely, guys. So thank you everyone for joining myself and Mr. Samuel today on this amazing topic about real estate. Till I come your way next week, Saturday, my name still remains Eunice Mambo. Bye.
TV.